roof in the last few years. You may be eligible for an insurance claim. Plus, we've made it easy to find them. Go to lukesroof.com or call 450-ROOF. When you call, mention my name and you'll get an extra $500 off. That's lukesroof.com or 450-ROOF.
Hi, I'm Hannah Gist with Gist Piano. Playing sports teaches discipline and teamwork. Playing the piano develops a child's cognitive abilities. As a mom of 3, I encourage you to invest in sports and the piano. Try Gist Piano Center, family owned and operated since 1971.
Are you ready to sell your home? Well, there couldn't be a better time. Houses are going for top dollar and selling quickly. You need to call Jill Blessinger with Keller Williams. She has a team of professionals that will help you sell your home quickly and get the most for it. She is a professional home stager and photographer. And when you're ready to buy, she works with Becky Bleemel of Caliber Home Loans. She makes the loan process very simple. And if you mention you heard this on Middays with Marcus Maven or ESPN, your appraisal is absolutely free. So give Jill a call today at 502-773-0546. That's 502-773-0546. And let her help you today.
Shanked another tee shot into the woods.
Joe, your back nine was a disaster. What happened?
This happened. There's another one. My wife's blowing up my phone with these crying emojis. And now, photos. Look, it's my youngest sitting in the timeout corner.
Oh, there's my wife. Look. Says, have a great golf game, honey. Your favorite dinner's waiting when you get home. Just because.
Just because? How'd you get so lucky?
Wasn't luck. It was a just because gift from Genesis Diamonds.
When was the last time you reminded your wife with a piece of jewelry that she's the beautiful woman you love and not your roommate? Let the experts at Genesis Diamonds help you find that special just because gift today. From a simple eternity band to a stunning piece of designer jewelry, we have what women love for any special occasion or just because.
Just because. Never thought of that before.
Joe, your golf game isn't the only thing that needs a little work.
Genesis Diamonds can't make you a champion in the clubhouse, but we can help keep you out of the doghouse. Shelbyville Road Plaza.
In this ever-changing world where financial institutions merge and often close branches, it's nice to know Centra Credit Union is expanding to better serve the needs of the folks of Sellersburg. After nearly 80 years, their founding principle remains the same: people helping people. Centra offers individuals and businesses a full range of services to meet their every need. Come check out their new location at 651 Hamburg Way or visit Centra.org to find out more. Centra Credit Union, centered around you. Centra Credit Union is federally insured by NCUA, Equal Housing Opportunity.
So, Steve, what do you think about Ville Scorns and Sons Collision Centers, man?
Let me just say, I had a friend who totally ruined his car. They got him taken care of quick, efficiently, and out the door.
Family owned and operated for over 70 years, Ed Scorns is the leader in auto repair technology and technician training. Do not, I repeat, do not let just anyone repair your vehicle. It's your choice. Tell your insurance company you're taking your vehicle to Ville Scorns and Sons Collision Centers. There are 2 locations, Bardstown Road and Shelbyville Road in Middletown. Or call us at 491-BODY or visit us at etscorns.com. That's ETSCORNS.com.
What's better than hundreds off retail price on Sealy, Stearns & Foster, and Tempur-Pedic? Now you can save the tax, too, at Mattress & More. Queen size Sealy, not $9.99, now $3.98. Plus save the tax and get a 1-year sleep guarantee free. Free queen adjustable power base with select mattresses. Plus save the tax and up to 50% off select Tempur-Pedic floor models while they last. 60 months interest free. Save the tax now at Mattress & More.
UPS is now hiring for package handlers in Louisville. Package handlers earn competitive wages. Thinking about college, but worried about how you'll pay for your tuition? With UPS's Metropolitan College program, UPSers who meet program guidelines can graduate 100% debt-free, work part-time, go to school, and graduate debt-free. It's that simple. Why pay for school? Let UPS do the heavy lifting. Apply now at upsjobs.com. That's upsjobs.com.
What good is it having that beautiful view on your front and backyard if you can't see through your old grimy windows? Or how about when you let a little fresh air and your windows are constantly getting stuck? If this sounds like your current situation, it's time to make that call to Windows Plus. They have the best free lifetime transferable warranty, the best installation in town, quality products, doors, windows, siding, and gutters. They've also been voted the most efficient for 2018 and an A+ Better Business Bureau rating and all 5-star reviews, which means these are exactly the new windows you've been looking for. So go visit them at 11501 Plantside Drive, Louisville, Kentucky, or 502-494-0120. That's Windows Plus. Make the call.
We are right in the heart of winter, which means you're about to find out how many
Preston's good.
system has left in it.
Yep.
Whether it just needs to be serviced or you need a brand new system, DFH Company is the place to call. This month, buy a complete Train system and get 6 months special financing, plus your choice of a whole house humidifier or air cleaner. It's hard to stop a Train, and it's hard to not call DFH Company. So call today, 968-6222, or visit dfhcompany.com for full details.
This is Drew Diener, and you're listening to 93.9 The Ville, live from the OPC Services Studio.
You're listening to Middays with Marcus Maben, broadcasting live from the OPC Pest Services Studio on 93.9 The Ville. Now, here's Marcus Maben and Steve Rummage.
Welcome back. Welcome back. It's Midday with Marcus Maben, 8150. 93.9 is the number. 93.9 is the station. People, you listen to this show and you never know what you're going to get. There is no particular format. Sometimes it's awesome. Sometimes it's a little random. This is not random, people. We bring family in here. They get the airwaves anytime they want. So welcome, Preston Brown, to Middays with Marcus Maben. What's going on, my man?
What's up? How you guys doing?
Good, good. Everybody around here is kind of coming off the high of a big basketball win last night. Just to bring you involved in that one, you were actually at the game last night.
Yeah, I was down there to check it out. It was a good win versus Notre Dame. It was exciting.
Now, I have to ask this. I don't know how often you get a chance to make it back in town, but now that you're back on campus, take a second. We all like to do our reminiscing. How much has this campus changed since you played?
A lot of stuff. I mean, basically everything. It wasn't no roundabout stuff like that.
The roundabout. Oh,
I'm going, but not a new building, new signs. Everything just looks done up. Like they finally put some architecture into place. So I like the way it looks.
No, it's funny. The first thing he noticed,
roundabouts ignorant, because people don't know how to use it.
Listen, are you a fan of the roundabouts or give them a pass?
I'm all right with it. I mean, they're kind of popping up everywhere, so I think roundabout's the way of the future.
That is true.
That is fair. That's true. Okay. Now we can settle into some good stuff. Okay, you're back in town. You met Coach Satterfield last night to make this kind of Louisville centric for a second. How did that meeting go?
It was good. I mean, it was good to meet the new coach. It seems like he has a great staff and bringing in the right kids. I saw they had the #1 linebacker recruit sitting over there, so it seems like they're doing the right things.
Now talking with Preston Brown here on 93.9, let me ask you this question. You on campus, I mean, you can't help as a professional, you can't help but to take a peek, down the road every once in a while. I don't want you to take that peek down the road. Right now you're in free agency. Are you enjoying that process at all, or does it make you, kind of look down the road a little more?
I mean, I got to enjoy it. I mean, last year I was kind of stressed out, not really knowing what was going on, but now I'm just trying to enjoy it each day. So when it starts, I'll be ready.
Talking with Preston Brown here on 93.9. When you talk about the process, there was one other process I was dying to ask you about. I watched my son kind of go through the in the NFL Combine, process, and I kind of got soured on it because I saw how stressful it was. Right. I want to ask you as an alum, I guess, of the Combine, do you watch it? Do you remember how you have good memories of it, or is it kind of like a post-traumatic stress when you see kids going through that process?
Yeah, I used to watch it like hardcore, sit there and just watch everybody run, listen to Mike Mayock and everybody tell how they was gonna go around. But now I really don't care. I mean, they're going to do what they're going to do, so I don't really have time. And I don't know anybody else no more. I used to always watch the Louisville guys, but I don't really know any of them anymore, so I don't really sit there and watch. But it wasn't a traumatic experience for me. I had fun because I didn't have to go do all the extra interviews because I didn't fail any drug tests or beat anybody up, so I didn't really have to do no crazy stuff. So it was pretty relaxed for me, as relaxed as a combine could be.
What was the medical procedure like? Most people I hear, they kind of say the medical part of it was kind of taxing on the body.
Yeah, it's pretty annoying. I mean, you got to meet with all 32 trainers and all 32 team doctors. They pulling on stuff you heard in high school because I tore my meniscus in junior year of high school, so they was pulling on that, had to get an MRI, an X-ray on that, so everything that they thought might be wrong with you, they're going to double check, triple check.
Preston, Steve Rummage here. By the way, you have some other things going on outside of football with free agency, with everything going on that you're dealing with now. You also kind of have a foundation and some things that you're putting together. Could you let us know a little bit about what you're doing there and just some contact information with that?
Yeah, the foundation has been going great. We've been doing a lot of things in the youth. Started back in Buffalo, doing things with high schools up there, but now back in the Cincinnati area and Louisville. We did a meet and greet down in Louisville last summer, and this season we did a Teacher Appreciation Month and did a lot of things for the city and a lot of kids in the inner youth.
Now, President, I have to ask this question. Like, again, I know transitional. You say you're not as stressed up. Do you see yourself going to a particular situation? Like, what will go into your decision? It can't just be a money thing. When you're a free agent. So is it like a particular location? Do you value weather or property tax? What are you kind of looking for? On a landing spot.
I'm not really sure. I mean, I kind of gotta wait to see what's going on, and with the new coaches here in Cincinnati, get a feel for everything going on, and just try to make the best choice for me and the family. So it was fun being home in Cincinnati, and I would love to come back for another year.
Now, a alum of Northwest. I also was a Northwest. What was your mascot?
Knight.
We were Vikings. Right after. Okay, well, yeah, one more question before I get you out of here. Is there any kind of joint looking forward to getting back to Louisville and possibly, working out with the guys, or are you trying to build a bridge for for a possible coaching return to somewhere like Louisville?
I don't know. I mean, I don't want to ever burn no bridges, so I'm gonna say I would love to come back and coach. So any opportunity I can have to be back in Louisville is always great for me. Just coming back to the city, it always feels like home. So anytime I'm back down there, and if I end up back down there coaching, it'd be great for me.
Well, listen, I want you to know 93.9 is definitely your home. Anytime you're in town, you sit in the studio with us where I can really pick your brain and we can really talk some detailed football.
Okay, sounds good to me.
Yeah, definitely. Get out of here. Preston Brown, people, former Cincinnati Bengal. You'd like to see him back there?
Yeah, I would. I mean, I think so. I'd like to see him in Dallas.
Why do you have to do that? Why do you have to get so selfish? You can't sign everybody. You want my kid? You want Preston?
No,
you want everybody in Dallas.
I do want Jalen.
They only have 53 spots.
I do want Jalen though. I think Jalen on the. Can you imagine? Listen, play this game for a second. Oh God. Leighton Vander Esch, Jalen Brown, Jalen Reeves-Maven floating around in there. They're going to get Earl Thomas eventually.
Preston, I'll rotate with Preston Brown too.
Yeah, I'm fine with that.
Hardcore tacklers.
He sounds like he does. Preston being from Cincinnati, he does sound like he would like to be back there.
Right. And the distance between Cincinnati and Louisville. I'm always uncomfortable asking the question about, what do you want to coach or do you want?
I know. He didn't sound like he was hiding it.
No, that's a fact. But it's like I always want to say, hey, you stay, you keep your head. You listen. You don't do things like Brian Hall. You're not supposed to do things like go do TV for a year and then decide to come back and play football. So I'm careful with
unless
Preston.
You're a legend. Yeah, unless you're a legend.
Wait, why was my name thrown in this?
Yeah.
No, I just wanted to get your attention to see Steve Rummage's reaction. Yeah. So I'm like, Preston, stay locked in. Go dominate a couple of more years at the linebacker position, and then get on TV.
Speaking of linebacker position, I was gonna, since we're kind of in this for a second, football. By the way, they did have a huge weekend this weekend, but I mean, he wasn't kidding. When he said the top linebacker,
the top.
In between Court Dennison, if you saw in between Court Dennison and Scott Satterfield, was the number 2 player in the nation. Overall, not number 2 linebacker when the moon's full or anything like that.
Yeah.
The number 2 overall player in the entire country was sitting in between Scott Satterfield and Court Dennison. So let's say that real quick.
Did we totally just drop the ball when we were hanging out with the coaches on the way to the game?
No, I think we got some street cred with them. Look, look, Brian. So
listen to Steve, people. Steve think this is cool.
Can you say that again? The number 1 recruit in the country?
No, he's the number 2 overall. Overall, with every position.
I don't know if we've ever had that high of a caliber player on campus.
Was at the game last night.
Was just chilling in between Court Dennison, and Scott Satterfield.
Because I can't say that we've ever had the number 1 player in the country on campus, so the number 2 is probably the highest rated recruit
gotta be there.
we've ever had.
That's a good point.
Campus.
That's a good point. You're probably right.
Yeah.
Kelly Dickey.
Yeah. Now listen to this. So we're walking in the game. Now this was big for me because Marcus gets this a lot. And whoever this guy is, I want him to know that he made my day. Okay. So you guys know, I know Pete, Coach Nocta, buddy of mine. I think he does a great job and stuff. And he's my friend. So,
this is horrible. This is a horrible story.
It's a plus.
So there's Pete Nocta, Frank Ponce.
Frank would be cool, I think.
Oh, dude, he looks cool.
Yeah. He is
He looks
cool.
like a cool dude.
He's Scarface.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking.
Yeah, he's Scarface.
He looks like, yeah.
Yeah. We got to get him in here.
That's a fact.
Rocco, whatever we need to do to get Frank Ponce in studio. I need this.
That's going to happen.
I need this in my life. But he was there, and I think Coach Holt was with him.
Stu.
So we're walking in. They're walking in with us. We're
leaving the Galt House pregame show.
Yeah, so we're coming through there, and of course, when you're over at the Galt House with us and stuff, you see coaches and players and stuff like that.
Yep.
Because a lot of people go through that way. So, anyways, we're over there. We're walking through. And we kind of cut through the crowd, but we let people know we're like, hey, we're not going the same way y'all are. We're going around. We're not trying to cut line, and people are always great with us. So they're walking in, and Pete's like, can we just go around?
To be fair, Pete suggested it.
Yeah.
Let's throw him under the bus first.
Because I think we were content with waiting.
Yes.
So,
but it kind of put the pressure on us, like, hey, don't y'all move a little faster?
Pete was like, can we go around? And I'm like, oh, yeah.
Of course.
So we start to go through there. And it actually does help with Marcus. Because I kind of use him as an excuse.
Like, do you know who I am?
When I tap, no, just because he's got the chair and he kind of gets through, and I go through there, and I kind of
creates a path.
I tap. Well, I go first, but then when they look at me sideways, I kind of give them the look like behind you, and then they turn like, oh my god,
sorry.
And sometimes it's the extra help, and sometimes it's that's Marcus. Oh, get out of the way.
Yeah. So anyway,
they turn around, they get mad, and they're like, "Oh, hey, Marcus."
Yeah, right. That's
so
exactly
we're walking up the thing, or up the bridge between the Galt House and the Ump Center. I'm looking out at the window because there was some they were kind of having a little argument out there. I was like, what's going on there? And anyway, so I kind of bump into this woman. Of course, me. I turn around. I'm like, oh my gosh, I'm so sorry. And her husband said, oh, you don't have to be sorry. He looks at her. He said, you should be sorry. You know who you bumped into? And I'm looking back at the coaches like, gosh dang right. So
Ryan, he had that. Listen, you ever seen somebody just swell up with air and pride?
Happening, yeah.
Like Steve turned into look, listen.
Yeah.
He said that in his mind.
Yeah.
I can't believe it didn't come out of his mouth. Like, yeah.
Yeah.
Get out the way.
Get out the way.
Hey.
Steve Rummage coming
Listen,
through.
I won't do anything this time. But no, she was very sweet. But anyways, then we go up a couple more people, and I'm like, oh, excuse me. I said, behind you, and they turn around. They're like, oh, we'll definitely move out of the way for a legend, Marcus Maven. And we're walking through, and these coaches are just like, they're probably thinking like, who
are these guys?
Right?
Yeah.
So yeah, we're having that, and then you kind of got the
So then
so y'all can come on the show. or what?
And these people that are moving out of the way for y'all, starstruck, don't realize that the number 2 overall player is standing right there. That's going to be in the
players weren't with them.
Okay.
But it was still the coaches. And like I said, I mean, Frank Ponce, like, he's sharp. Man, he's sharp looking, dude. So anyway, so we come around the corner, and you know what we get there? As they're kind of passing us because they're going on. It's like, oh, how y'all doing? Mr. Enoch. Steve Enoch's dad. Hey, what's up, man? Hey,
what's up, bro?
Yeah. Hey, man. Yeah, go on over and get tickets, man. You good? So yeah.
Right. Steve went total. This is my building, right?
Yeah. Go get a soda. Put it on my name.
No, listen. Mr. Enoch, was wondering about, which place they should go to. Like we'll call something or something. Seems like, yeah, just go over there. Just tell them Steve sent you. Go over there. And, they should have your tickets over there and everything. Like, dude, you're not Robbie Valentine. Like, calm down.
I know.
But listen, we totally.
The funny thing is I can see all that. Like, I can picture it in my head exactly. You all doing that whole process all the way up to your seats.
It was just awesome, man. And these coaches are just like, I just feel like that when we get Frank Ponce or Coach Coach Hold On, I think we'll have a little bit of cred. And Ponce just looks like a guy that you want to have some cred with.
Oh yeah,
like I don't know.
That's what I was saying.
Just kind of the hoodie look, like just
like don't mess with him, but he's still like a cool dude.
Yes,
like kind of.
He's my favorite coach. He's my favorite coach on the staff by far. Just from seeing him and stuff.
He seems like that coach that like. He can sit there and crack jokes with you, but at the same time, like
serious.
He's authoritative. Like everybody knows he's in charge. Still.
He was awesome. So yeah, it was a good time.
Speaking of coaches, let me pick one bone with one University of Louisville coach. Coach Crum did come by too.
He did.
Yeah.
You mentioned something too, real quick. No, we're not. But the last 2 times Coach Crum has come down those steps. He got a little bounce in his step, man.
Hey, how was the potato soup luncheon?
It was awesome.
Oh, yeah. How was the potato soup?
I did not have a drink. I did not have the potato soup.
You remember I told a bowl for me, man.
But did you pay?
Come on, let's not bring
Why would you do this? No. Steve, you know what Steve just did? He dropped the smoke bomb in the room, and he just ran out. And he locked the door from the outside.
This is terrible.
Brian.
I know what I did. You don't know what I did yet, but I know what I did.
You have to know what Steve just did.
Yeah.
And this is not my bone. This is not my bone to pick moment. I'm going to get there.
Yeah.
I got a confession, people.
Oh, yeah. Oh, this is good.
I got a big time confession. Oh, and the only reason I'm giving this confession is because you know how Coach used to say, if that's not a good example. Sometimes you don't want to be hostage to truth,
Yeah.
You want to just pour your truth out and own it, accept it, so people can't use it against you in the future.
Right.
And Steve has already made it clear he's willing to use
absolutely
the truths about me to my disadvantage in the future. Brian Hall.
And I need everybody to pay close attention to this because I have something to add on the list to make it even worse than what it is.
It's a continuation of a situation.
Oh, yeah.
A confession of mine.
Mm-hmm.
Everybody knows I do events. I do charitable events, right?
Mm-hmm.
I donate my time. I donate my influence. I donate. I do things whenever I can. As long as it doesn't like take me too far out of my needed rest and my my energy restoration.
It's convenient for him. Yeah. This is good.
I learned about myself that when it comes to actual donation,
because you remember I called him out Friday, so he had to pay.
I'm the worst.
He had to pay.
Yeah.
And listen,
he's gonna say he didn't eat.
I am
it's better.
I am a Scrooge McDuck when it comes to real financial donation.
Call it penny pinchers.
Listen, it's not even penny pinchers. It's worse. It's worse than penny pinchers. I can't donate money. I can't donate money. Like maybe it would be different. Maybe if I could write a check, it wouldn't feel the same.
Now remember, the University of Louisville, this is the guy, had a tournament in his name, in his honor, that you probably bought tickets to listening to this show. Just listen to this. Listen to this.
I probably did.
Oh, I did. I did.
Because I know I did.
It's like, oh, we're going to the Marcus Maven Classic. Oh, man, it's cool. I remember Maven. Yeah.
So, but here's the thing. I'm not cheap.
No.
I'm not cheap. It's just the certain things that I'm cheap with. It's just. So here's the thing.
Oh, yeah.
Steve has already given me a problem.
But why donations? The thing you're cheap on.
We'll figure it out sooner or later. I'm on. I go to the event, and now I have Steve in the back of my subconscious saying, "You better pay. You better pay." Like this is an event that I have emceed, that I've advertised, that I've promoted. I've given enough to help the event. Like Jonathan Israel actually texted me, "Thank you for reminding people about the event." Because he forgot to remind some people. Yeah. So people were mad at him saying, I had to find out through Marcus Maben that the event was going on.
Like Jonathan doesn't do enough.
So I did my part, right? Steve, hey, man, you need to donate me. So I get there, right? Go to the table. I see Judy. I'm hey, Judy.
Precious, sweet Judy.
Listen.
Yeah. She's been in studio before.
Yeah. Oh, yes. That was one of the best shows we've had.
Oh, she's great.
Okay, so I do it, and then she says, "Okay, I'll get you the potato soup," and she's excited. I'm like, "Oh no, I'm fine. I'm on a diet. Oh, we got salad too, so I don't want to hear it. We got whatever dressing you need. Oh no, I'm okay. You know what I'm saying? So now Steve is in. Man, you better pay, right? Tip, the donation jar right there in front of me, right? I pulled out the $20 that I had because I only had 20s, right?
$20.
I thought
only had 20s.
I thought for a second I was ready to reach in there, take $10 out of the pot, put my 20 in there.
Yeah. Like I'm only giving 10.
I'm only giving 10, right? But here's the thing. I dropped the 20 and it burned. Right? It just burned me up, right? But it's like, okay, this is 20. This is Coach Scholarship Foundation. This is all good. And,
Just consider it like you were paying for your lunch.
And I didn't even eat.
Yeah.
And I donated the $20. I left that place, and I called Steve, and I was like, you know what? I'm just the worst.
Yeah.
I'm just the worst because I was like.
He called me, and his soul was being ate alive because he gave $20.
Or the 10.
I was going to get my change back.
It doesn't matter. Yeah. Like what you took out.
If I would have took 10, that would have been my fair 10, right?
Jeez. Don't come to my church, man.
Hey, can I get some change?
I can't be dealing with that.
Yes.
Hey, Steve's friend just asked if we got change.
In the donation.
I'm not giving y'all $20. You said the donation to make y'all happy is 10.
Yeah.
Can I take 10 out of the dish?
It was terrible, man.
Just so we can be straight.
Well, just think, you paid for some kid's books, all right? So he can go to school.
That's true.
Isn't that phenomenal?
Yeah, isn't that precious?
Good job, Marcus.
Listen.
Probably lied on the resume.
I
to get
struggled.
The scholarship.
I struggled through college. Why can't you? Look, myself, and Lavelle Boyd, we split $2 to get bread and bologna sandwiches and sometimes cheese. When we found an extra 85 cents, you can do it too.
But you got a 4-year scholarship.
I worked for that.
Okay. I agree.
But
I actually agree.
What if the book he buys is for sports journalism and he aspires to become the next Marcus Maben?
I
put $20 towards his education.
He better buy my book when it comes out. I know that. I don't know where this 20 is going, but that kid better buy my book.
Yeah.
What goes around comes around, man.
I'd like to think so.
Steve's no longer living off the Maben clout. That's a fact. And then the other ones are.
Speaking of charities.
Oh.
Not speaking of charity.
Hey.
Charities.
All right.
I'll tell you about one I'll be participating in March 9th this weekend.
All right.
See what I'm saying?
What is it?
I didn't even think about it. We'll talk. You know what? Play out. That's the tease.
St. Patrick's Day,
big time charity event coming up this weekend.
St. Patrick's Day parade,
other
too.
side, before we get back into the sports, I'll pick that bone with that coach, and he's not gonna like it. But I'm gonna make sure this sound gets to him.
Also, since we're teasing the whole hour, We're going to talk a little more rotation talk. We're going to get back to basketball. And where do we go from here? ACC seeding starting to get narrowed down a little bit. NCAA seeding starting to get narrowed down a little bit. It's going to be a big hour.
Middays with Marcus Maben, 8150-939 is the number. 939 the Ville.
What do you call a truly great beer that's brewed with more taste? Only 96 calories and 3.2 carbs? We call it Miller Lite. What are you holding? Miller Lite. Hold true. Great beer, great responsibility. 2018 Miller Brewing Company, Milwaukee, Wisconsin. Average analysis 12 fluid ounces, less than 1 gram protein and 0 grams fat.
Are you ready to sell your home? Well, there couldn't be a better time. Houses are going for top dollar and selling quickly. You need to call Jill Blessinger with Keller Williams. She has a team of professionals that will help you sell your home quickly and get the most for it. She is a professional home stager and photographer. And when you're ready to buy, she works with Becky Bleemel of Caliber Home Loans. She makes the loan process very simple. And if you mention you heard this on Middays with Marcus Maben or ESPN, your appraisal is absolutely free. So give Jill a call today at 502-773-0546. That's 502-773-0546. And let her help you today.
Attention U of L fans, if you're looking to buy or sell a house in the Louisville or Southern Indiana area, check out GlennSellsLouisville.com. As a realtor at Schuler Bauer, the official real estate partner of U of L Athletics, Glenn Hawkersmith can offer you up to $6,000 back at closing for eligible U of L students, faculty, staff, alumni, and season ticket holders. So if you're ready for a big move, check out GlennSellsLouisville.com and see if you're eligible for up to $6,000 back at closing.
Residents, in case you haven't heard, Google Fiber is bailing on you and shutting down their internet service in April. Spectrum is here for you now and in the future with a network that delivers internet speeds from 200 megabits per second up to a gig. And based on the latest FCC broadband report, Spectrum is the best at delivering more speed more consistently. It's all managed by people who live in Louisville just like you. Go to Spectrum.com today to see our special deals for Louisville.
So, Steve, what do you think about Bill at Scorns & Sons Collision Centers, man?
Let me just say, I had a friend who totally ruined his car. They got him taken care of quick, efficiently, and out the door.
Family owned and operated for over 70 years, Ed Scorns is the leader in auto repair technology and technician training. Do not, I repeat, do not let just anyone repair your vehicle. It's your choice. Tell your insurance company you're taking your vehicle to Bill at Scorns & Sons Collision Centers. There are 2 locations, Bardstown Road and Shelbyville Road in Middletown. Or call us at 491-BODY or visit us at etscorns.com. That's ETSCORNS.com.
At Woodbridge Winery, our philosophy is life is measured in moments, make the most of them. That's what guides us every day. Robert Mondavi founded Woodbridge in 1979 to make light, smooth, easy drinking wines that bring people together. Great California wines made for everyday enjoyment. They're delicious on their own or with a variety of foods. And with 13 bright, fruit-forward flavors, there's a Woodbridge wine to share with everyone at your table. Woodbridge by Robert Mondavi, making moments worth sharing for over 30 years. Please enjoy our wines responsibly. Woodbridge Winery at Campbell, California.
Hi, this is Scott Davenport. I'm the head basketball coach at Bellarmine University, and I want to invite you to join me every Monday night from 7 to 8 p.m. on 93.9 The Ville, talking sports. All sports, all levels. Football, basketball, baseball, thoroughbred racing, golf, you name it, everything's on the table. This show is about you and your opinion. I may not agree with it, but I will respect it.
Monday evenings from 7 to 8 on 93.9 The Ville.
What good is it having that beautiful view on your front and backyard if you can't see through your old grimy windows? Or how about when you let a little fresh air and your windows are constantly getting stuck? If this sounds like your current situation, it's time to make that call to Windows Plus. They have the best free lifetime transferable warranty, the best installation in town, quality products, doors, windows, siding, and gutters. They've also been voted the most efficient for 2018 and an A+ Better Business Bureau rating and all 5-star reviews, which means these are exactly the new windows you've been looking for. So go visit them at 11501 Plantside Drive, Louisville, Kentucky, or 502-494-0120. That's Windows Plus. Make the call.
An official broadcast partner of the University of Louisville, WLCL Sellersburg is 93.9 The Ville. Time now for an ESPN Louisville Sports Center update.
Good morning, Louisville. The Sports Center update brought to you by Gist Piano Center. Trusted in Kentucky, GistPianoCenter.com. The Louisville men's basketball team improved to 19-11 on the year with a 75-61 win over Notre Dame yesterday. The Cards were led by Jordan Warren's 20 points and 11 rebounds, and Malik Williams' 16 points and 13 rebounds. Chris Mack talked after the game about his team's performance.
I'm happy for our group. They've worked hard the entire year. You know, from the time those guys arrived on campus and have worked with our staff, you know, to be able to go out on senior night the right way, being able to face all the adversity and, you know, some will say self-inflicted, not playing well. Like I said, this league can rob you of some confidence at times. And for our guys to be able to respond the way they did, I'm really happy for them.
Up next for the Cards is number 2 Virginia on Saturday at 4 p.m. in Virginia. The number 3 ranked Louisville women's basketball team improved to 27-2 on the year with a 67-40 win over Pittsburgh this weekend. Asia Durr led the way for the Cards with 17 points, 4 rebounds, and 2 assists. That concludes the regular season for the women's team, and they now prepare for the ACC tournament, which will start Friday. The Louisville baseball team pulled off a sweep of James Madison over the weekend, improving to 8-3 on the year with a 5-0 win on Friday, and Reed Detmers pitched his way to a career-high 14 strikeouts and then won both games Saturday in a doubleheader, winning the first game 11-1 and the second 1-0. Up next for the Cards is Morehead State on Tuesday at 4 p.m. at Jim Patterson Stadium. And last but certainly not least, former Cardinal Ray Spalding has signed a 2-year deal with the Phoenix Suns, which will last the remainder of this season and all of next season. Keep it locked here. Middays with Marcus Maben is next. This is Sports Center.
This is Marcus Maben, and you're listening to 93.9 The Ville from the OPC Services Studio.
Middays with Marcus Maben on 93.9 The Ville is broadcasting live from the OPC Pest Services Studio. Now, here's Marcus Maben and Steve Rummage.
Welcome back. Welcome back. It's Midday with Marcus Maben, 8150. 93.9 is the number. 93.9 is the station. People, Steve and myself enjoy telling stories. Steve and myself are also at times concerned that our stories are just too good to be true. People enjoy it like that's the best part of the show. When we talk the days and the lives of Steve Rummage and Marcus Maben, the adventures. Sometimes we just need a little bit of confirmation to let people know there are those out there who can attest to the truthfulness of each individual story. We have said person that can confirm or deny our story. Pops Enoch, thank you for joining us on Middays with Marcus Maben. What's going on?
How you doing, Marcus? How's everything?
Listen, you know it's too good right now, especially with you taking a moment to call into the show. Now, currently, where are you calling us from?
We're on 64 East at the moment, near almost to Ashland. Heading back home.
How about that?
Headed back home. Like how many hours of a trip do you have in front of you?
Another probably 12, 13 hours.
Oh. Listen, so I guess you got nothing.
My stomach just dropped.
So you got nothing but time to talk to Marcus and Steve right now. No, but listen, we'll kind of keep it short with you. Now, you were listening to the show, which we appreciate, and you did hear our story. Now, listen, was our story in any way false, or do you need to add anything to it?
No, I'll take it as you said it. I will confirm that it it actually happened that way.
Listen, I'm glad we needed that. Well, while I got you on the phone, you mind if I kind of just ask a couple of questions about how Steve is digesting this season through your eyes?
Sure.
Okay. Well, first question I want to ask, like this has all been a roller coaster. Being that Steve transferred to Louisville, going through the sit out, it's been up to you, I'm sure, to keep him psychologically healthy and mentally in tune. How would you describe that so far, as 1 to 10, as far as keeping his spirits locked in?
It's up and down, Marcus, depending on where he's at. Steven's always been emotional, inside his own head type of kid, So I give Coach Mack a lot of credit, for keeping him, pretty, stable.
Right. Okay. Well, how could you compare the difference between, talking to him after he's had a great game or after he's had a game where he knew he didn't perform his best?
It used to be, a trying time. He would get down on himself and, a lot. But I see the growth in him, that he understands that, we got another game coming up, and I just got to get back to work and, look forward to the next game, the next opponent.
So how much actual basketball, does he talk about? Because, like I personally, people are always surprised when I say all my dad wanted me to do all my life is hit free throws. He never really talked, details of basketball. He knew how bad I wanted to be successful, so he kind of left it alone. Do you and Steve really talk, X's and O's or details to basketball much?
No, not really. Sometimes if I see some things that he needs to work on, reinforce, I might mention it. But as you and your dad's relationship was, it's similar. It's similar. I don't, really. I mean, there's not much more you can say, as a lot of, fathers can attest that had sons that played basketball, they can attest to that, you don't listen to us. So I said, you know what, you're gonna have to deal with it sooner or later.
What is that one thing that you always want to say, but it's just like talking to a wall? Like there's always been a couple things with my coach that he would always say to me, and I didn't get it until years and years later. What is that one thing that you want to say, but you're just like, I'm not even gonna waste my breath?
Yeah, the extra personal little things that we talked about he needs to do over the years. This started in middle school, and I said, Steven, you need to do this. And I would try to be an example, here with my old self. I get out there and do the extra push-ups, extra sit-ups, and extra laps and stuff like that, and be willing to run through a wall. And I said, Steven, those are the things that you have to do for your own personal growth, apart from the team and stuff like that.
Right. No, that's interesting you say that. I think Steve and myself were most impressed to hear him talk about learning the importance of just taking care of his body. That's probably the most underrated thing that athletes, especially college athletes, do. And it takes time to go get, massages in the training room and ice and heat and do the therapy side of that. So would you say you could kind of take credit for the little detailed things that he does to kind of keep himself in the right shape?
I won't take credit for it. I'll give that to Andy Kettler because he, as I say, Steven didn't really listen to me as much as I wanted him to. So to keep from chopping his head off, I just kind of had to calm down because I just was one of those people that believed you had to eat it and sleep it, and just be the best you can and just go out there with murders and as Mike Tyson would say.
No, that's a fact. It seems like you're pretty much comfortable though. In today's day and age, you always had a conversation of over helicopter parents or parents getting too involved. You seem surprisingly comfortable letting the coaching staff or just kind of work with him and let them kind of be the voice in his ears.
Yeah, that's what's going to come down to because he's around them much more than me, and I just trust that I had brief conversations early on when Chris Mack came on when I would talk with Andy Kettler and Mike Vegas, and they, as far as I'm concerned, they were on point, with their vision of where they wanted Steven to be, and I disagreed with, what they were doing, and the rest was up to Steven.
Well, listen, I really, really appreciate you calling in and confirming our story. I appreciate your candidness. I know it's always difficult to kind of describe your son, in the father-son relationship part of it. Like I say, anytime you're back in town, love to have you on. Really glad, that you and your son are part of the university, and I'll definitely be getting in touch with you soon.
I appreciate it, Marcus. You and Steven, great guys. I listen to you all the time, as you know. And I thank you for your comments and critiques about Steven. I think you're all part of the growth. You're all part of the growth.
That's an absolute fact. I totally appreciate that. I'll talk to you soon. That was Pops Enoch just riding home on his 13-hour trip.
Well, there was a lot there. That was
did I make you uncomfortable how detailed and personal my questions were just now?
At first, yes, to be completely honest.
Yeah, listen, Pops, if you're still listening, I'm going to send you an apology note later on. I would have asked you those questions if we sat down and had a drink together, but I just that was really what I was interested in.
There was so much there that it's one of those things where it's like, okay, we don't play again till Saturday. I need to digest that conversation again, almost, and talk about it throughout the week, because I think and again, appreciate Pops Enoch for being so candid.
Yes.
And we're very, on this show, we get a lot of former players. We get a lot of stuff like that because
family members.
We're very, we've taken some flack.
Right.
Put it that way.
For being too close to the situation.
And saying, okay, well, you're not asking well, no. I don't do that. I'm not going to do that. I'm not going to put him on the spot. And I don't think what you did was crossing the line by any means. But I think the personal kind of insight that you just got about how Steve ticks made me step back for a second and say, let me think about how I've thought about Steve.
See, and I had to do that because, again, when the parents know, when they hear what I've been through with my son, like I'm fascinated with revealing the relationships of having top-notch sons. For those who don't know, that's going to be a lot about my book. Just the relationship of motivating a child as a parent, recognizing talent as a parent, trying to keep the balance between parent, coaching, development, and I always want to say to people, it's a touchy place to be. Like I talked about Darius. It's a touchy place because kids are gonna buck when they're really talented, and a parent knows something, and you have to juggle that line between letting your kid not buck and pushing them in a sport. Did you hear when Pops Enoch talked about, I believe you have to eat, sleep, dream it, think it?
Yeah, that was big because there's moments. There's moments like with me that I will. Of course, I'm not comparing my son to Steve Enoch yet.
Not yet.
But that was another aspect of it too. I'm going to bring up here in a second. But I think I love what he said there, because there's times that I will do workouts at home when my son's there, when I could probably go to the gym, but I'm like, no, I can get this one at home. And because I want you to see me. Why are you working out, Dad? Well, because I want to keep myself right.
That's when that's when you get better.
And you should have more drive than I do.
Right, doing the extra things.
Yeah. The other thing that was interesting, a few things. That's what I say. There's a lot. I know I sound like I'm going, but there was a lot psychologically.
Pick out what you can.
But with Steve. You look at a guy like Steve, and I've said this, when I walk in, and I am married and comfortable with myself, I walk in, and the first time I saw him in person, and really every time we walk through there and see him in the back, I'm like, my God, he looks good.
Pops has a great head of hair, too.
No, Pops looks good.
Pops, he's kind of...
No, he's a good-looking dude.
Kind of dashing,
Yeah.
Sorry, back to the point.
But Steve is a good-looking dude, and his body is just like, you would pick him out and say, golly, look at that guy.
Every game we play, every commentator says it. So think about how much he gets extra advice just because of the way he looks.
Yeah.
The way he moves when he's playing
But
hard.
Pop saw that early.
Yep.
You say, okay, this kid's big. This kid, and what I'm saying is, and I hope you take this the right way, Jalen was undersized.
Yep.
A lot of times at his position. Jalen got to where he got with the work, with hard work, with everything. And don't get me wrong, you act like Jalen's little. You meet Jalen, you're like, Jesus, Marcus, this guy's a monster.
I'm 6'4".
I know, but the point is, Steve, it's a different dynamic between what you dealt with and what Pops Enoch dealt with. Yeah. Pops Enoch almost deals with, as a parent, I think it's an interesting concept. If my son, Elijah, or Xavier, either one, at 15 or 6'5", I'm like,
you'd go crazy.
There's pressure.
Yes.
I'm like, God, I've got to make sure these guys get right. They're going to be huge. And Steve was probably that way. So you're like, God, I've got to make sure he's right.
That's when I tell you that I'm not going to give VJ King, Stephen Enoch. I threw him in that picture too.
Oh yeah.
Once he started playing well early in the year, you're not a project anymore. You are a guy who either wants it today or you don't want it today.
You went and dominated North Carolina, and I looked at your face, and you was like, "Gosh dang it, I'm gonna eat these dudes alive today."
Right. So,
and then I watched you in another game. It was like, well, Steve, where you at?
Right.
We know you can play.
Right. And again, talking about the dynamic, he saw that so early that he had to stop talking. Think about it. When your child has so much potential, that you almost got to not only leave them alone, tell them just the important little things, and then let somebody else, have influence on the way their career goes.
Well, it was interesting what he said, too. He said, look, and I want to clear this up because I think it sounded like he said disagree.
Mm-hmm.
He said he agreed.
Right.
Yeah, but the way he said it kind of sounded like I disagreed with what Coach Mack said. I just agreed with what Coach Mack said. But to be able to listen to Coach Mack's pitch and Mike Peguese's pitch, and he gave a lot of credit to Andy Kettler.
Yep.
He mentioned his name 2 or 3 times, so I think there's probably something there with that relationship, too, that's good. But
look at my kid.
Yeah,
he looks awesome.
Yeah, absolutely,
Thanks, Andy.
And to be able to say, look, you've got to listen to them. It makes you take a step back on Steve this year because now with what Pops Enoch said, and this is where I said the point where I almost got uncomfortable because I'm like, I'm just weird like that with these conversations where now I say, okay,
but he's family now, so it's
no, he is. But now when I watch, all of a sudden I go back to the year and I go, okay, Steve gets down on himself. Now that's something we probably could pick up on, but to hear Pops say, no, that's a real issue.
That's him.
To now say, I see now, I look back at the season and say, okay, now I'm seeing the battle, the tug of war that Coach Mack and Steve Enoch have had.
Mm-hmm.
So now
and Coach Peguese.
And Coach Peguese. So now, and I'm not going to say the total details of this, but now when I see a sub be made and I see one of the coaches like, I wouldn't have did that yet.
Yeah.
And I see one of them, I'm like, okay, now that makes sense. I know.
Because it's not just his play.
Yeah.
It's, hey, psychologically, he doesn't need to come out the game just yet.
Yeah.
Give him another shot at that one.
Yeah.
Now, get him out yesterday because that's one of the cardinal sins that he just made.
Yeah.
Again, it's great for me to give a parent the opportunity to kind of explain it from a family point of view, and not that, like I said, he knows what he's comfortable with and what he's not comfortable with, and he didn't feel obligated to answer any questions. He's definitely comfortable saying, "Hey, yeah, it's just one of those family inside things." And
I think he's comfortable enough with us to say, I'd slide past that one. But yeah,
I tell you what, this was so fun. Let's reset the show. We're gonna do a quick commercial break, a shorter version. Midday with Marcus Maben, 8150-939 is the number on 939 The Ville.
What good is it having that beautiful view on your front and backyard if you can't see through your old grimy windows? Or how about when you let a little fresh air and your windows are constantly getting stuck? If this sounds like your current situation, it's time to make that call to Windows Plus. They have the best free lifetime transferable warranty, the best installation in town, quality products, doors, windows, siding, and gutters. They've also been voted the most efficient for 2018 and an A-plus Better Business Bureau rating and all 5-star reviews, which means these are exactly the new windows you've been looking for. So go visit them at 11501 Plantside Drive, Louisville, Kentucky, or 502-494-0120. That's Windows Plus. Make the call.
You know, anyone can deliver a box of groceries. But when you consider the source, only Kroger can bring you the fresh, delicious food and quality products you already know and love. And no matter how you like to get your groceries, Kroger makes it easy with same-day store pickup, delivery in as little as 1 hour, and shipping right to your door. So go ahead, check out while you're chillin'. Shop online with the Kroger app or at Kroger.com today.
Are you ready to sell your home? Well, there couldn't be a better time. Houses are going for top dollar and selling quickly. You need to call Jill Blessinger with Keller Williams. She has a team of professionals that will help you sell your home quickly and get the most for it. She is a professional home stager and photographer. And when you're ready to buy, she works with Becky Bleemel of Caliber Home Loans. She makes the loan process very simple. And if you mention you heard this on Middays with Marcus Maben or ESPN, your appraisal is absolutely free. So give Jill a call today at 502-773-0546. That's 502-773-0546. And let her help you today.
You know, the perfect bank should be mobile, not just online. It should have amazing programs for all your financial needs. It should be involved in the community, and you should be one of the owners. Actually, that's not a job for a bank. You need something a little different. Luckily, we're not a bank. We're so much more. And now we're the preferred credit union partner of the University of Louisville. Commonwealth Credit Union. Here, we see you differently. Visit WeSeeUofLDifferently.com for more information.
One of the great things in life is intimacy. It's a key part of how we express ourselves and share with the person we love. Physical, emotional, and spiritual intimacy. As much as we want to share that intimacy, there are times it just doesn't seem to work out. 40% of the time in men over 40, it just doesn't work. Many couples go months and sometimes years without addressing erectile dysfunction or other sexual issues in what can easily be resolved with just one visit to the Louisville Men's Clinic. Our Kentucky licensed providers use FDA-approved medications to get intimacy back in your relationship on the very first visit. There is no need to wait any longer. We are here for you, both of you. Call 444-4000 to set up your private consultation. 444-4000. The clinic visit, evaluation, and testing of the medication is just $99. LouisvilleMen'sClinic.com for more information. 444-4000.
So, Steve, what do you think about Billette Scorns & Sons Collision Centers, man?
Let me just say, I had a friend who totally ruined his car. They got him taken care of quick, efficiently, and out the door.
Family owned and operated for over 70 years, Ed Scorns is the leader in auto repair technology and technician training. Do not, I repeat, do not let just anyone repair your vehicle. It's your choice. Tell your insurance company you're taking your vehicle to Bill Ed Scorns & Sons Collision Centers. There are 2 locations, Bardstown Road and Shelbyville Road in Middletown. Or call us at 491-BODY or visit us at etscorns.com. That's ETSCORNS.com.
UPS is now hiring for package handlers in Louisville. Package handlers earn competitive wages. Thinking about college, but worried about how you'll pay for your tuition? With UPS's Metropolitan College Pro,
what's up?
UPSers who meet program guidelines can graduate 100% debt-free.
Okay, yeah, the press brown one.
Graduate debt.
Enoch.
School. Let UPS do the heavy lifting.
Probably do it. Let me look at it and see. I think I can probably get something.
An official.
I can get a little, maybe take a little bit from your all's conversation earlier, talking about walking into the game and seeing Mr. Enoch, and then I could put that he called in and him and some of his comments after. You know what I'm saying? Good morning, Louisville. The Sports Center update brought to you by Gist Piano Center. Trusted in Kentucky, GistPianoCenter.com. The Louisville men's basketball team improved to 19-11 on the year with a 75-61 win over Notre Dame yesterday. The Cards are led by Jordan Wars, 20 points and 11 rebounds, and Malik Williams, 16 points and 13 rebounds. Chris Mack talked after the game about his team's performance.
I'm happy for our group. They've worked hard the entire year. From the time those guys arrived on campus and have worked with our staff, to be able to go out on senior night the right way, being able to face all the adversity and, some will say self-inflicted, not playing well. Like I said, this league can rob you of some confidence at times. And for our guys to be able to respond the way they did, I'm really happy for them.
Up next for the Cards is number 2 Virginia on Saturday at 4 p.m. in Virginia. The number 3 ranked Louisville women's basketball team improved to 27-2 on the year with a 67-40 win over Pittsburgh this weekend. Asia Durr led the way for the Cards with 17 points, 4 rebounds, and 2 assists. That concludes the regular season for the women's team, and they now prepare for the ACC tournament, which will start Friday. The Louisville baseball team pulled off a sweep of James Madison over the weekend, improving to 8-3 on the year with a 5-0 win on Friday, and Reed Detmers pitched his way to a career-high 14 strikeouts and then won both games Saturday in a doubleheader, winning the first game 11-1 and the second 1-0. Up next for the Cards is Morehead State on Tuesday at 4 p.m. at Jim Patterson Stadium. And last but certainly not least, former Cardinal Ray Spalding has signed a 2-year deal with the Phoenix Suns, which will last the remainder of this season and all of next season. Keep it locked here. Middays with Marcus Maben is next. This is SportsCenter.
This is Marcus Maben, and you're listening to 93.9 The Ville from the OPC Services Studio.
Middays with Marcus Maben on 93.9 The Ville is broadcasting live from the OPC Pest Services Studio. Now, here's Marcus Maben and Steve Rummage.
Welcome back. It's Midday with Marcus Maben, 8150. 93.9 is the number. 93.9 is the station. People, you're welcome, and simultaneously I'll apologize. I know you'd like to have a more, certain format. I don't like to do that because I don't want to give you the opportunity to tune out and tune back in when we're going to have a certain conversation. I don't want to tell you when Preston Brown is just going to pop up on the show. I don't want to tell you when Steve and I are just telling stories and then Pops Enoch just calls in for an impromptu, couch therapy session for not only myself, the Candid Nature, to have it for the fans. I made my confession about my inability to just donate cash and my shortcomings in life. Like I said, I'm overly charitable, but just not with cash. So we had a lot of fun, or we've had a lot of fun so far. Oh, we're back on? Yes, indeed. I will say this, people. Tomorrow, allow me just to, make myself feel better, if nothing else. I've already been committed to this, so this is not a post-Coach Crum potato soup luncheon. By the way, if you haven't seen the video of Coach Crum's happy birthday song from the stands, y'all did a great job.
It was good.
You actually sung it, you can tell.
Yeah.
Notes don't carry like that unless you're really trying to sing a good, because you ever had those office happy birthdays where everybody's kind of sarcastic, they just sound drunk, happy birthday to yeah. No, it was happy birthday to, they were trying to sing happy birthday.
No, it was legit. You took a little exception with it though, because they called him Denny.
Is that what you remember from sitting the whole night with me?
He was like, it's Coach Crum.
Listen, I didn't like that, Steve.
It was good though.
It was a good song. I did have a bit of a problem with it. I thought it was gonna be happy birthday, Coach Crum. Dear Coach Crum. Anyway, point being, this weekend, March 9th, it will be the 51st annual celebrity dinner party. Cystic Fibrosis Foundation. It will be my second year as a participant, and I will be a guest quote unquote celebrity server. It's an awesome event. I suggest here I'll be able to give you more information about it very, very soon. But I put it out there in your brain so you can keep this, float this around. It's an awesome event. I'm glad I signed up for it. I'm always nervous about, signing up for anything that says celebrity event, because I'm like, geez, there's going to be real celebrities there and me. I feel like that on every, celebrity function or whatever. I was up there with Griff and, Dwayne Morton, and I'm just like, what am I doing up here?
Right.
It's like that Donovan Mitchell picture. It's like,
yeah,
dude.
That's why people would joke with me sometimes about like for instance, like an event like this, they're like, oh man, baby, you gonna get on Maven about it? I'm like, I wouldn't dare if they called me do that.
It's tough, man.
You should. Like you're I understand where you're coming from, but I'm like I wouldn't dare get in that, man.
I'm telling you,
these are some incredible people they get for this stuff.
I know. And when you have these events, man, I'm telling you, I have that Eminem moment in my car where it's like dun, 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 dun.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And I'm like, Marcus, you're already here. And I literally have to like drag myself out of the car just because I'm so nervous about charity events and celebrity stuff, because it's like I don't belong in any of this stuff.
And I always fear, I'm like, what if I got a table and they're like, who?
I know.
Who's this?
I know. Like,
oh, like you?
No,
shut up.
I'm telling you, Steve.
This is the worst.
I have to listen. This is
the worst.
I'm the common man when it comes to this celebrity conversation.
Yeah.
But I will be doing that.
It is an incredible event.
March 9th, cystic fibrosis, celebrity. I'll be a celebrity host.
I'm gonna go watch Metallica.
while you're clowning me on my celebrity thing. So here's the thing. We're definitely going to go back to the Pops Enoch conversation. Definitely want to take another second to say congratulations to the University of Louisville women's basketball team, back to back ACC regular season champions. Good job. And like I said, I'm so proud of the maturity, and I never got the letdowns. Like I said, I've been disappointed with a loss every once in a while, but I never got a letdown.
Their top 16 reveals today too. So I'm going to check
awesome.
that out. Yeah, they do it right before the tournament, which is interesting. So
Kelly Dickey had a post kind of know your seating, know your bracket. People follow, if you're on Twitter and you don't follow Kelly Dickey,
get off Twitter.
Pretty much.
Yeah.
Like the universe gave you Twitter to follow Kelly Dickey.
Yeah.
Like you're welcome. Another thing. There was this story that I didn't get to before we just get right back into deep basketball conversation where
we got time. We got about 25 minutes.
Right. Where the team is going. Let me say this. Sitting at the table at halftime. Congratulations, ACC champion, University of Louisville swim and dive team as well.
Yeah.
Goodness gracious. We're just winning. Winning here, right?
Just a lot of winning. Just a lot of piss and excellence, man.
That's a fact, man. But here's the problem with that.
I just went to the bathroom in the break. I was like, oh, my bad, guys. Excellence again.
There goes. Sorry, I got to go to the bathroom.
It's not Diet Mountain Dew ridden. It's excellence.
The excellence is coming out of me again. Excuse me. But here's the thing. Coach, I've always tried to make sure I kept a good relationship with some of the coaches who don't get enough props, and make sure I let them know I'm thinking about them and shout out, and make sure I, retweet the stuff and put them out there and all that good stuff, right? Mm-hmm. Coach Arthur Albiero felt the need that he had to reintroduce himself to me at halftime, Steve. It broke my heart.
Yeah. He totally forgot all the times we had. I remember talking to him at the soccer stadium.
It broke my heart. And that's like, you know what, Marcus? This is your fault.
He gave you a pen. You coming here?
You remember that too? Like I thought we had something, right? And he's,
you were dating him and he wasn't dating you.
Yeah, that's exactly what I found out this weekend. So people, if all of a sudden, there turns a Saturday swim segment or something, you know what I'm saying, that we have on a Thursday or Friday, this is where it came from. It came from the moment, like I said, He's like, you don't even remember me.
Yeah.
It hurts. So that happened. Okay, so Steve, back to basketball.
Yeah.
We got all excited about the VJ King sighting.
We did.
I was a little more excited with the decision of Darius Perry to pull the ball back out when we were nursing, and I say nursing affectionately, when we were nursing probably a 12, 14-point lead.
He was good yesterday. He was good. Yeah.
He brought that ball back out, and I was like, yes.
He was 2-2 from the field.
Steve,
hit both of his free throws.
Those free throws were big.
Yep.
People don't like those. This is a guy who hadn't been playing all year, and Darius Perry steps up there, hits 2 huge free throws. Steve, do you know that I watched the game this weekend and I saw Darius and VJ King on the court, and I just like, it was one of those moments like, God, the sky is the limit.
Coach Mack said it. Said, look, when I can play these two, these are two of our better athletes on the team.
And the other team, the rest of our team knows that. Coach Mack says in the press conferences, they know these guys can do things they just can't.
Yeah. There's 3 guys on this team that I think's athleticism, just full athleticism, just stands out above everybody else. Darius Perry, VJ King, Stevie Knott.
Mm-hmm.
I think they stand out above. I'm not saying like Jordan and all those guys aren't athletic, but like those 3 are just superior athletes to everybody on the court.
But here's the thing, Steve. What do we know about? We just heard a parental confirmation of what we may have thought.
Yeah.
Steve, random question. What 3 guys are the hardest on themselves on this entire basketball team?
Darius Perry, VJ King, Stevie Knott.
Think that's a coincidence, people?
Right.
You think that's a coincidence?
Yeah.
No, it's people that know they are athletically superior, but they're figuring it out. How do I use this and continue? I like to say to people all the time, my game took the biggest step back when the Lord gave me these hops.
Mm-hmm.
Now I worked for him, but he let me work for him, right?
Yeah.
When I started just being able to not drive around, like not have to do these other things.
Yeah.
I can just go over the top of somebody. I lost a lot of my point guard. I lost a lot of my, a lot of my basketball IQ.
Yeah.
I wasn't worried about bringing the ball back out and making a smart play. Like, no, most of the time on the court, I can just truck somebody and go dunk it. You know what I'm saying?
Let me give you the opposite. I like to toot my own horn a lot of times. I was an excellent route runner.
Right.
Excellent. I practiced so hard at that. I mean, even now I can teach route running. Like I mean, I could be look, I'm just gonna be honest. I could be a high school wide receiver coach if I want to. It'd be pretty good at it. I just don't do it. But I mean, but you know why I was an excellent route runner? Because I ran 4.8. I knew I was slow.
Right.
4.8.
Benny Smith. Benny Snell speed.
Well, I didn't mean that, but yeah, that was slow. To be
Sorry
fair
about that. That wasn't nice.
Yeah. But my point, no, that's true. But my point is, I mean, I knew, Steve, you're not getting open against corners,
right?
With your God-given speed,
right?
Right. It was like you have to just be perfect on, okay, if I can get his hips to move an inch this way, I can get in. You had to be that. So that's kind of the opposite end of the spectrum to kind of give somebody, and I think more people on planet Earth fall on my side of it. So to give them kind of the opening or eye-opening thing, what would I have done? Because I'll tell you what, if I ran a 4.4 and I had been an inch or 2 taller, that were my routes. Hey, throw me the ball.
Right.
Right.
I'm gonna moss anybody out here.
Yeah.
So a Darius Perry, a VJ King, and a Stephen Enoch exist under different parameters of how to have a good game.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like I can always do this, but I won't be developing any part of my game on my jump hook or something when I'm out here around people who I can just shoot over the top. That's why Malik doesn't really jump high when he shoots. That's why his shot is so low, because he's never played around anybody like his size that can really bother him. And now he is in an environment where people can bother his shot. You're like, how does he get that blocked?
Yeah.
But you notice Steven Enoch does not get a shot blocked.
No.
But still, the point being, those guys are hard on themselves. I started this conversation by saying, to see Darius VJ and late, to see him late game, to get that extra rebound. And listen, like I said, you can do the Notre Dame, listen, they still, no matter what your team is, top teams that rebound, it's not predicated on athletic ability.
No, I mean, and look, and I'll play your Notre Dame's not a very good team, absolutely, but you also have to play my Notre Dame had Florida State down to the wire, had Virginia down within a minute to go in the game. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like,
yes,
you have to meet me in the middle on that at least.
Of Notre Dame is playing great basketball,
good basketball at least. Like, you have to. I'm playing devil's advocate with where you're at, because you got to be playing great to have Virginia down. I mean, because I watch Virginia up close, and you can get mad at Locke and all that different stuff about Virginia and everything else. Steve Rummage is a big time believer in Virginia this year. I just am. I think they're really, really good. So you have to.
How many points does Locke have to give me to bet?
Virginia?
Yeah.
10.
That's exactly what he said.
Yeah.
He said 10. What would I bet Lachlan? Did it have me something that would have something riding on the game?
I wouldn't want to lose to him. I'll stay out of that.
You act like he's the worst person to lose a bet too, Steve.
I just wouldn't want to. I actually like him. Like,
right.
Like, he took it well on the post game for Virginia. Patty Ice sat down. I was like, well, Lachlan. I was like, dude, stop. I don't care what he had to say. So, and Locke was like, no, I get it.
Right.
I was like, okay, cool. Just so we're cool.
Yeah, it's not.
No, actually, I like him. Yeah.
The human.
It's the human,
but not the athlete.
Yeah.
Not the fan.
Yeah. So
VJ King, Darius Perry out on the court. Have your expectations changed late season?
Kind of, yes. But let me tell you why, because some of this is going to go into my talk a little bit of where do we go from here.
Yes.
Because we got all week to break this down, because we don't play till Saturday, which I think is good. Coach Mack says he's giving them a couple of days off.
Okay, well then let's keep it on the game then, and wait before we go into where do we go from here.
Sure.
In the game, okay, is Mack now comfortable putting VJ King in a tournament?
I wouldn't be surprised if he didn't start VJ Saturday.
Because listen, there is no more, like Mac said, there's no more play another game type stuff.
Mac gets paid a lot more than I do, so to do what he's good at.
A lot more to lose to.
Yeah, to do what he's good at. So I don't mean that like, well, he gets paid more, so he should make decisions. He's great at what he does, so I wouldn't argue with this. So of course, this is my petty opinion in coaching.
Right.
But I think you ride the wave. I think you start VJ Saturday. I think you go ahead and say, look, I'm gonna ride this wave
and
with you,
Quan
VJ.
be your energy guy.
Yeah, and I think Quan would buy into it. I think Quan would buy into that.
Again, I said it early in the show. I said it in the pregame show. If I'm at a table and I'm Quan 4, and 2 minutes into the game, after I miss a 3, they bring VJ King in, who's just playing decent and can play as good defense as me. Okay.
Yeah. I think Quan would buy into that. And I think you ride the wave. I think you start VJ, hopefully for here on out.
Are you ready to change the lineup? Because we start games good. We start games well. We don't start down. Like, ever since the Pittsburgh game, we have not had a true bad start since the lineup went Malik and Quan.
Where would, and maybe you can answer this, this is not a hypothetical, it's not rhetorical, it's not anything like that. Where would you drop by switching VJ and Quan? Or would you drop? What can Quan 4 give me that VJ couldn't?
I think Quan is more prepared at the start of a game.
I'm fine with that. I'll listen to that.
Look,
I'll absolutely listen to that.
Quan 4 being he's played a lot more minutes of college basketball.
Mm-hmm.
His temper,
okay,
or his temperament is more suitable for a game. He doesn't make mistakes early.
Okay, you can sell me that.
You know,
yeah, you can sell me that. Absolutely.
Like if I can get through the first 3 to 4 minutes with Quan Ford,
sure. Bring VJ off the bench.
I could bring VJ in and never play Quan Ford until the beginning of the second half.
I'll go as far as to say you may have sold me.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Only because
absolutely.
Like I said, VJ, he looks like when he's getting it, it's a fluid thing.
Yeah.
He one play good. Now 1-2 good. 1-2-3 good. Or bad, then 2 bad.
Yeah.
Then 1-2-3 bad. You know, like
maybe VJ becomes a guy. And this is why I never say definite or not, because I don't know what Mac knows. And maybe VJ's a guy that can watch a game for a few minutes.
Yes.
And get into the flow better.
Yes.
I'm fine with that.
But he's also, like when we talked about VJ King looking like he was getting ready to play.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, sitting there bubbling with excitement. Maybe he needs that, that anticipation and then get in there, as like you noticed how Darius would come into the game, and what Mac would do is let Christian Cunningham be the main ball handler on that first play, and then maybe Darius takes the point on the second play and the third play, and then he would take Christian Cunningham out.
Yeah.
So it wasn't a Darius, you're in for Christian, now you're the point guard. You had 2 ball handlers, and then you give Christian the rest.
There's a lot of interesting stuff. There's a player tomorrow that I want to talk to you about, because there's a player tomorrow that I want to ask you. We got 10 minutes left. I'm not going to do it today. Mm-hmm. Because there's one guy. This is kind of a tease for tomorrow's show, unless something crazy happens tonight or whatever. But there's one guy that I need you to give me some sort of a breakdown with, because I think it make or breaks the season as far as us making any sort of run. Because I do think that going into the ACC tournament, I think you pretty much know you're going to be the 7 seed at this point. You have a shot. I mean, you still have a shot to get the 5, technically.
Yeah.
But like Kelly Dickey has put, it's like 126 to 1 to get that. You're probably the 7, so that means, okay, we're going to get a Boston College or somebody.
Boston College, Pittsburgh, or
really Boston College and Pitt are kind of the leaders in the clubhouse there for 10 and 15. Then you're going to get Carolina or Duke. You can beat. I definitely think you can beat Carolina. I do think you can beat Carolina if you play them again. So Duke will be interesting. When's Zion going to come back? First off, second off, I think they're going to bring an extra. You're going to have to beat them. You're going to have to beat them all game, playing really good, because I think they're going to be ready for you.
Yeah.
And I'm not just saying that because they come back and won. I looked at you down 20 and was like, they'll kill us in the ACC tournament. Or up 20. We were up 20. I was like,
I don't want no parts of a rebound.
Yeah, no, thank you. But there's one player I think that's going to make or break that. So what I'm saying is, though, you're set up where, it's not improbable that they make a run. They're going to play teams in the first week in the ACC tournament or the NCAA tournament that's going to probably be a step down in competition from what they've played. After
this game, Coach said he's going to give them an extra day off.
Mm-hmm.
What do you think?
Great. Going into Virginia, we've already prepped for Virginia once. You know what Virginia does. We've spent a lot of time on Virginia film. You know pretty much everything you need to know about Virginia. Go ahead and take you a day off. So now, you said they're still going to lift, so they're not just totally not doing anything. They're going to go. They're going to get shots up, a little bit, probably just light, but no practice, no nothing. No, I think it's the perfect time right before the tournament to say I can steal a couple days here, because they're off till Saturday. The Saturday at 4.
Right. Like you can almost get lifting in, exercise in, and come back on Thursday morning.
But I will say it is one of the other things that's kind of a little bit of the culture shock to me. When he says days off, it's not totally gone yet. Rick's not totally left my body yet.
Rick gives you a half a day off, and you're like, Jesus, what's his problem?
And when he says 2 days off, there was a part of me. So when the way you asked that question, there was a part of me. It was like, huh? It's March.
There are no days off.
Yeah. I'm sorry. You're not doubling practice. But Coach Mack's gaining that rapport with us as a fan base. that I think I'm like, okay, all right.
Also, one more thing. I have to say this, people. It's important right now that you go subscribe to We Are Made for the Ville, the YouTube channel. I'm going to show you some things this afternoon and this evening, right? This is kind of going back to the game. Steve, we didn't know how much of this looked like freewheeling offense, right?
Mm-hmm.
People, they're learning. They're doing some things right now that are preparing this team for new guards, for Samuels, and David Johnson, Nickelberries.
Yeah.
I'm gonna show you some clips from last night's game that say, okay, this is a personnel thing right now, but be careful because he's running more sets than I thought. Right? I just didn't recognize him as set. What those offenses, those Big 12 offenses, where there's a bunch of rubs, and a bunch of just momentum, fake picks. I was impressed last night.
What do you think of anything with this? They bring Samuel Williamson on the court, and Louisville goes on a run.
I was gonna ask you about that.
They did.
I was gonna ask you.
I got to credit Jody with that one. He looked down. He said, "Steve," yeah, he said, "You notice the run they've been on since Williams?" I said, "Me and Marcus talked about just that."
I asked you in the game. I said, "Who does that affect more, Notre Dame or Louisville?"
You obviously affected Louisville.
You bring in your 5-star McDonald's All-American.
Yeah.
And he's standing on the court when the Notre Dame players were getting ready to start. I may disagree. I may think that was a little Notre Dame shake-up.
No, I'm saying I think it shook Louisville a little bit in a good way. I think you're in Louisville. I think you're going. Maybe it's real now. Like that ain't. Hey, we're in March, and that's an All-American, and this crowd is standing on their feet for him,
for this incoming guy.
They want to pick my game up.
We talked about this before now.
Yeah,
you remember when I said, when Coach Mack is getting mad and he's looking through you, knowing what's on the horizon, be careful.
Yeah.
But I also thought, if I'm Notre Dame, and I'm having a problem with this team right now.
They weren't thrilled. You could tell.
And they're announcing a McDonald's All-American that's on its way.
We're going to bust you for years to come.
That means if I got to deal with sophomore Malik Williams and freshman Samuel Williamson and Jordan Wara and these other guys. Oh, my God.
Oh, but you're bringing Rex Pfluger back. Okay. Go sit down somewhere.
Rex Pfluger is very underrated.
No, he is good.
Guard. Madison, thanks for joining us on 93.9. What's on your mind?
I just had to call because I literally was so happy with what I saw yesterday, like just even down to like the morale of the team. And you could just tell how happy they were to finally kind of get back to what they'd been doing. And I was really happy just to see all that because, I mean, I know it makes the fan base happy, but we want these guys to be able to have fun, but also, you know, they can't really have fun if you're not succeeding. So, obviously, you know, VJ King, and I am going to be one of those people that calls in today and says, you can ask every person I've talked to. On him.
Brian, give me my alarm.
I have never doubted that kid.
Madison.
We almost made it a whole show.
You can check my tweets. You love to check the tweets.
God.
You can check my tweets. I have never once doubted that kid, and I have to be one of those people today because I literally was so happy.
Almost made
when
it.
he got out there. And I have to do it. I have to do it.
Okay.
Because I freaking love that kid, but I just had to call in because of how great I felt after that game, and I don't know what I was expecting. I kind of after you know you have a few games like we had, I definitely didn't expect Mac to even play VJ as much. I'm kind of surprised that I was happy to hear his post-game comments afterwards and everything too about that. I don't know. I'm kind of along the lines of I think if they can get going, which I'm always going to think that when they have, a game like they have, I'm never going to doubt them. So I think, if they can get going, we'll definitely be in much better shape and add some more weapons to what we've already got. But I'm just really glad that everybody's happier now, and hopefully we can keep it going.
No, that's a fact.
I'm also glad you mentioned the Samuel Williamson thing because I noticed that too. I was like, are they going to talk about that? Because I noticed that too. He came on the court, and then all of a sudden it was like we were sparked. And I kind of agree with you. I think it affected Notre Dame a little bit more, honestly. I think they're like, dang, like they got this guy coming in, like
right.
It seems that you're bringing Rex Luger back. Wow, like not for you. But anyway, I'm just in a good mood this morning, so I had to call in and let y'all know about it. But thanks, guys. I'll see y'all soon.
No, absolutely, Madison. But that's a fact. I mean, the mood of that team. Like I said, if VJ King doesn't have his breakout, we end up winning that game by 1 point.
Yeah.
I don't think we lose the game, but we definitely don't pull away.
Right.
Because like I said, that energy injection that VJ King gave you, along with Darius Perry.
It was refreshing, yeah. Man, it was refreshing yesterday just watching that team, man, and just watching the way their attitude. I'll say this. This would kind of be my closing statement for the day. Yesterday felt like maybe there's more to this win than just the W column. Like it did have that feel where you said, okay, they didn't just come out here and win. Some things happened.
Yeah, some attitude change.
Something happened,
and that was a response from a vicious coach, a harsh coach.
Yeah,
that didn't look like a team who was willing.
Well, we said that. Yeah, that's something we didn't even talk about today because we said on Friday, we said, look, the way they were chewed out, they're either going to quit or they're going to respond, and they responded. I think that's fair to say.
I thought so too. People that'll do it. Oh, this was refreshing.
It was good, man.
This was a fresher.
I said that on the postgame show. I said it's good to do one where it actually doesn't suck.
Shout out to Pops Enoch one more time for calling in. Preston Brown Foundation. Find it, support it. Follow him on Twitter. He'll keep you updated into everything that's going on.
Yeah.
Cystic Fibrosis Celebrity Dinner Party. It's an awesome event. I'm going back for the second time, a celebrity dinner host. So if you ever wanted Marcus Maben to be your waiter, this is your opportunity. This is your one opportunity.
And if you want, set your dreams higher. Get bigger goals.
No, that's a bucket list for Marcus Maben to bring you your drinks. And
Marcus bringing his kid?
That will be an awesome event. Again, thank you, Coach from Scholarship Foundation. The potato soup luncheon was awesome.
Thank you, Coach Mack. Just love you. Cute little bald
He
head.
did a good job. Coach Arthur Albiero, again, congratulations on the ACC Swimming and Diving Championship. Women's basketball, double congratulations. Back-to-back years.
It's tourney week. It's tourney week for them.
This is big time.
Yep.
This is just big time sports. Thank you for everyone who listens on a daily basis from 10 to 12 on 93.9.
Yes.
As always, 8150 939 is the number. 3831 939 is the text line. We Are Made for the YouTube. We Are Made for the Ville is the YouTube channel on 93.9 The Ville.